Hello there. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. It's been a few months. University kind of was crazy. I started working harder than I ever have and learning a lot, which was great. I loved it. And I learned German and then I failed German. So, it's a good start. Um, yeah, so we'll start with the first video. I don't want to give away the title because the title's pretty right away. Like the title is very self-relevant of this film. It was made in 2011, so it means I was about I want to say 13 years old. So it was good content. It was December 14th, so almost 9 years ago that I made this video. Imagine how like the genius it took to do this. And yeah. So let's look at the other details. First of all, I think the biggest one is that it's awesome. It's awesome. Like need more to say about this genius. It's just it's awesome. And I think it's really self-explanatory itself as a description. It's a comedy. So although I like to see it more of like an experimental, and you know how I am with my experimental pieces. So it's basically a comedy experimental. I think you guys will really enjoy that part of it for sure. There's zero comments. No one wanted to comment on it because they were just too speechless. Too, what is it? And it has 28 views. So I guess I should reveal the title. It's very, very interesting. It's called What a DS Looks Like on a Bed. And that's the video. Like that's it. Let's watch. Oh, by golly. Is that blood? I think I forgot to also mention the blood on the screen. So it wasn't a very long video, but I would like to dive into it just a bit. You know, if you don't mind me doing that. So I like to just dive into a bit. Just if you want me to do that, I think it'll be a good idea to just really hone into what the film is really about. So we'll start from the beginning. We'll go almost frame by frame really. We can start off by seeing that there's a foot here. So I kind of wanted to play with the level of disgust. That it was a foot. I don't know how to describe it. I really wanted to use disgust in this video, so I made sure I put like a toe, right there, and I think people really enjoyed that. I mean, you get the basics of it right there. So you have the DS right here, you know, and what the DS represents is the charging into the society, and that the SpongeBob's on the DS and the Nintendo system is capitalism as a whole. So you got the capitalism part to it, and you got the wired. Yeah, so it's basically so yeah, it's capitalism. It's raw, it's emotion, and if you go a bit farther in, just a bit, you can see that there's a bit of a mess on the ground. That's kind of like the mess that humanity's leaving on the earth. So it, I'm telling you, it's really experimental. It's a super like edgy film, and if you go to around like 8 seconds, you can hear a bit of screaming. That was definitely not someone telling me, please stop doing things, stop filming this, you're going to ruin your life. That was more like screaming, like, the internal scream of societal's capitalism, you know? And that's kind of what I went through this film. And when I watched it again for the first time after like 9 years, I really thought to myself, why? Why did I do this? And who allowed me to do this film? What was the budget? Sorry, a little behind the scenes tidbit. This film would not have been possible without the iPhone 4, and it was a very, very good phone to use to film at this time. And if I had it, it'd be great. But instead, I used iPod Shuffle for this, and then I put it put it onto my computer, and then I downloaded it to YouTube with no editing and no scenes. It was just straight up how it was, and that's, I think, the most experimental part of it. And yeah, I don't want to float around the word genius around, but if that's what you want to call me. So I like to keep these videos short and sweet, and really make sure that your eardrums die. So I like to make these videos short and sweet. I like to make them nice and calming for you guys. I don't really like to scream or shout as loud as I can. And I hope you can subscribe and like, and show all your friends these great genius videos I made when I was a kid. Honestly, I'm such an open book now. I have no secrets. No, everyone knows everything about me already. And I also have a lot of friends out there who've asked me to make these videos, and they've personally went out of their way and said, listen, please make these videos. We really like them. They're very funny, and you should make more, or don't, and quit your day job. You're doing so great. And most of my friends are just me telling me this stuff, and that's business, baby.
About the